Hello guys, Chris here, welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing a GeForce RTX 4060 in Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Beta. This one is the MSI Ventus version of the card. We are running it with the latest Nvidia drivers, and I'm not manually overclocking it. You can see all of its specs right here in Tech Power-Ups. GPU 0 sizeable bar is also enabled, and over on the left, I'm pairing it with a Ryzen 9 7950X 3D with half of its cores disabled, so it's basically the same as a Ryzen 7 7800X 3D. And finally, on the memory, we're using 32 gigabytes of DDR5 6000 MHz RAM in dual channel. Let's get into it, shall we? Let's go over the settings first. I am starting at 1080p resolution using the Ultra Quality preset and DLAA, which is native resolution. It's just applying the anti-aliasing from DLSS, and we can adjust the sharpness over here. I'm actually going to set it to 69%. It's a bit sharper than 50%, of course, and it was a little bit too soft for my taste. So here we go. This doesn't really affect your FPS, so you can set the sharpness to whatever you want. Frame generation is turned off, and I won't test it in this video because it sucks in a first-person shooter. It adds input lag. You don't want that, of course. And we're using normal textures, which are adequate for an 8GB GPU in Call of Duty usually. I'm going to disable depth of field, and everything else, I'll leave it as is. Oh, look at that! We already have RGB zombies here, and it's still the beta. Here I was thinking that this was going to be a more grown-up Call of Duty, but I guess I was wrong. This is still Fortnite. Oh, look at that! There are skins as well already pumping out gas. What the hell? Dude, okay, alright. Well, let's start counting our FPS. We're getting 80-ish frames per second. Of course, it will drop slightly sometimes, but let's play like this for a little bit on Ultra. Once again, I also recommend you to use Ultra settings if you're aiming for that visual experience. Otherwise, on maximum settings, it will run a little bit like crappy, you know? You don't want drops from 60 FPS. Come on, dude. Okay, I still got the RGB zombie guy over there. Pretty weird stuff, guys. Like, seriously. I wish they made a grown-up Call of Duty, you know? That would be great. Anyway, without all of the skins, I bet by release time we will get Nicki Minaj skins still as well, and we'll see a bunch of Nicki Minaj just running around. That's the Call of Duty experience these days, I guess. Hello, what the heck? Maybe I need to increase my sensitivity a little bit, actually. It's a bit too low. Alright, there we go, another one down, and come on, kill this one, kill this bat. Tons of them after us, okay. What the hell? How did these two guys not get me? I was checking my scoreboard and thinking, what the hell? I'm the first in my team. How is that even possible? Oh my goodness. Maybe we gotta go with the zWORMz tactic, right? Like, just go prone like a worm. This guy. Oh my gosh, that's actually a bit ridiculous how they dive like that. I mean, I'm fine with diving in one direction, but diving in and running sideways, it's pretty weird. It gets a while to get used to, actually. It takes a while to get used to. Let's go. Over to this area. Try to get that one. Oh boy, what is going on? I'm just gonna go back. Oh boy, oh god. They're stunning us. Ooh, there's auto leaning feature as well, by the way. Look at that. I'm not doing anything and he's leaning. Okay, interesting stuff. I like to see that, actually. Come on, another one. I'm also utilizing 105 FOV, which is what I usually use in Call of Duty titles. I feel comfortable with that, you know. And 90 is a little bit too low for me, and it defaults to 80, which is terrible. Okay. Hi. Okay. Good stuff. We're getting them bastards. You know what? I'm here thinking that I'm doing a bad job, but yeah, we're first place in our team after all. We're losing, but not by too much. It's fine, guys. The 4060 is doing a fine job here in Call of Duty. It's not a high refresh rate experience, but I didn't really expect that on Ultra settings anyways. Although the game doesn't really look all that fantastic, you know. It actually doesn't look fantastic at all. I wish we went back to the Call of Duty Black Ops 2 days in terms of gameplay as well as the sharpness of the picture and stuff. It was great, guys. It was great. There was no problems with blurriness. Actually, in that game, there was forced depth of field, so there was a little problem with blurriness, but yeah, nothing like we have today, right? If you set it to native resolution without any AA, it would look crisp and good. And that's just how I like it, of course. I'm gonna stop it there, and I'm gonna try some DLSS on top of 1080p resolution, see how that looks, see what kind of FPS we get with that. Here we go, 69 sharpness still, because that's very nice, of course, and whoo! It gives us a lot of FPS, DLSS, in this game. All right, I didn't expect it to bump up our FPS by that much, you know? Now, obviously, it was already a pretty good experience without DLSS on native resolution. Oh, no, you bastard. Because it didn't really drop from 60 FPS, but of course, the advantage of playing with higher frames is a bit snappier of an experience. Not only smoother, the input lags also are a bit lower, as long as you're not using frame generation, of course. Then you get higher FPS, better smoothness, but way worse input lags. And that's terrible for a first-person game. There we go. Got them both there, somehow. Oh, there was another one. Camping bastards everywhere. But yeah, well, DLSS actually gives you a pretty decent quality experience. In terms of visuals, I think it still looks pretty alright. It's better than some other games at native resolution that looks too soft. Although this also does look a bit too soft, but hey, you got that sharpness, you know, and for it being upscaled from 720p right now with quality DLSS at 1080p, I think it looks pretty good, actually. The implementation in this title is decent, and I could see some people playing like this. Obviously, you should probably drop it down to low settings if you want that competitive advantage and higher FPS. Oh, I shouldn't have reloaded there. But if you don't want to sacrifice the quality settings, yeah, this is fine, guys. The DLSS is doing a great job. Again, I wouldn't feel at a... What the hell was that? It's so weird, the movement. I wouldn't feel at a disadvantage by playing with the DLSS. It's not way too soft to the point where you can't really spot people and stuff. This is fine, especially on a 24-inch 1080p monitor, for example. It works. It actually does work pretty well. I'm impressed with implementation, once again. Let's go. I hope the FSR implementation is as good as this one. I'll also test some AMD GPUs, of course. Come on. And there we go, the fit. Why are we only 3 people in this team? Also, I got the highest score of the entire server. That's insane. It's my first game as well. We got 124 FPS average, 93 1% lows. It's a very stable experience, I think, as well. We like smoke effects, explosions. It doesn't really drop too much, which is good to see. Okay, guys, so since this is a limited time beta to test more GPUs, I'll need to keep the settings short, or the resolutions in this case. I will only be testing 1080p res with the RTX 4060, but now I have set it to the minimum settings preset with DLAA 69% sharpness still, so it's still native resolution, although it says 960 by 540 right there, but it's grayed out. It's not really at that resolution. And down here, I'm using normal textures and the minimum settings preset. This is to maximize performance, of course. A lot of people will be playing at low settings, and I think it's a little bit more useful to test low instead of 1440p and 4K, DLSS, and so on. Alright, different map here, a bit more green and more beautiful, even though this is lowest settings. Okay, lots of effects already, smokes and so on. Okay, wait a second, come on. Where's the bastard? Oh, he's right there! God damn, you missed him, guys. Come on. All right, anyways, this is native 1080p resolution. Oh, my God. It's a bit weird. Like, the aim considerably slows down whenever you zoom in. Don't like that too much. Anyway, it's close to 140 frames per second here on 1080p low settings and native resolution. Obviously, again, I wouldn't really mind playing it with DLSS quality to achieve even higher FPS, and it's going to be an even more competitive experience since DLSS actually looks really good here. That was a nice shot, actually. Oh, I didn't even know that I had this weapon. This is interesting. Okay. Oh, the fire rate is unreal. What? And I'm very happy, by the way, that the engine isn't unreal, because that would mean that it would be a stuttery mess. But it isn't. It is actually really, really smooth, especially for a beta. I like to see this. It's very stable in terms of the performance, once again. No problems at all. All right, let's go with this. Whoa! Yeah, fire rate is very high on this weapon, but the damage, not sure about that. It doesn't feel that great. I'm still first place in my team somehow. Also, whenever I go into the scoreboard, there's a little stutter. I hope they fix that. But it's not really that bad for the gameplay. God damn it! They're everywhere! What the hell? Alright, okay, let's go with this now. UAV is ours. Not that I actually take advantage of the UAV, I don't. I got the stats on top of that. You know, GPU usages and so on, FPS. Yeah, it's a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. We're winning, guys. And I'm first in my team. That is actually insane. I wasn't expecting that to happen once again. Okay, I'm usually pretty decent in first-person shooters, though. So maybe I should have seen it coming. But I think I may be too harsh on myself sometimes. I see myself dying a lot in these Call of Duty titles, and I get a little bit mad. Oh my god! What the hell? At least we saw a big explosion there. Not bad for our FPS. 1% lows are in the 90s, although I don't think it drops into the 90s, honestly. And they're probably that low because... oh boy, did I get him? I'm not sure. I did get him. Good stuff. But yeah, they're probably that low because, again, every time I go into the scoreboard, it drops a little bit there. And also, low settings, aside from the shadow quality sometimes being pretty low, which is expected once again on low settings, it actually doesn't look all that different from ultra settings. It's the same thing that we've been seeing time and time again with these recent Call of Duties, right? It doesn't really change by that much whenever you lower the settings, but it makes things slightly clearer to look at, and of course the FPS are higher, so it's better for competitive people out there. Alright, there we go, another one. Oh boy, come on, come on. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, it's very close to us, very close. Nice, another one, cool. Come on, get me another one. There we go. Triple kill. Good stuff. Can I get another? Thank you very much. I didn't really get that one, but yeah, it was close enough. I helped, and I think it counted as an elimination there, but I didn't really get the last shot in. Anyway, let's go. Yeah, another one. See that? Elimination, but I didn't really get the scoreboard kill at least. What the hell are you doing? Oh yes, can't wait until everybody becomes a ninja in this one as well. Like, I'm doing pretty well because it's people just started playing the game, so it's down to the reactions and so on. But whenever people get used to the movement and I don't because I refuse to, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna start getting wrecked. Or maybe it's probably because of the skill-based matchmaking. Also, I forgot. We need to do the DLSS. I'm having a little bit of fun, actually, here. First place, once again. And it's every single time you go into the scoreboard. There is a big stutter. Look at that. Pretty weird, right? It is actually every single time, which is weird. Alright, let's go. Quality DLSS. This looks super over-sharpened to make up for the lack of detail, but it's still fine. I think on a smaller monitor, once again, it will be alright. For sure. Alright, smoke effects. Look at that. And now we bumped up our FPS like crazy, dude. Alright, wait a second. I'm not throwing my grenades, actually. Ooh, that wasn't a grenade. I didn't mean to do that. I thought I had a stun grenade on my queue, but no, it's an adrenaline shot or whatever that is. Let's go this way. Try to get right with the burster up. Nope, not gonna happen. Alright. Still get the elimination, see? Huh. This is weird. You shoot them once and you get an elimination no matter what. Pretty weird stuff. Oh, buddy. There he is. There he is. Okay, got him. Good. Nice. Oh, there was another one there. Can I get him? Nope, not really. Let's go this way. We're leveling up this gun pretty well. Oh! Gosh! There it is. There it is. Holding the objective, my friend. Well, there's no objective here, actually, to hold. Never mind. Alright, let's go this way. Throw this out. Good stuff. Reload, smoke effects, no problem. Yeah, this is a proper high refresh rate experience, guys. This is really smooth. Holy crap. Obviously, if you have a 240Hz monitor, you will want to enable that DLSS. If you don't, well, you can stick with DLSS, or DLAA actually, DLSS native resolution, which is DLAA. Yeah, because it will work very, very well like that as well, as you saw. You know, but it will slow down every now and again into the lower 100s, whereas here, when it slows down to like 150 FPS, which is crazy, you know? I like to see this, guys. I like to see this. All things aside, and even if you don't like the gameplay, gotta give props to the developers here for actually optimizing their game for once. I hope that in time... Oof, big explosion there. They don't break the optimization, though, because Call of Duty is known to do this, you know, whenever you get a new season and stuff, they'll just break performance time and time again without ever fixing it. They just keep adding a lot of stuff and not optimizing for it, and then you end up with way lower FPS than what you began with. So maybe by the time this game releases, it will get like 20 less FPS. I hope not. It usually happens more with Warzone, though, not so much with these standalone games like 5v5 and so on. It's not as intensive, of course, so FPS don't tend to drop as much. Come on, good. Oh, there was another one there. I wish they changed more things around, you know, but I guess what works, works. So they just keep on doing what works. Alright, so we lost another one here. We still got very, very good score. So yeah, I think that's been it for the RTX 4060 here in this beta. It is running very well, either on ultra or low settings, native or quality DLSS. I think I would utilize quality DLSS since it doesn't hurt the visual quality by too much here. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one today still. As always, love you all. Bye-bye.